This is my first time ever performing in the close-up gallery at the World Famous Magic Castle. So because of that, before we really start the show, I'd like to have a cheers. If you have a drink, let me get mine. Let me get mine.
Oh my gosh.
No.
No.
Oh. Wait.
Oh, it's salt.
Whoa.
Let me get mine.
Tequila's coming out. I knew it. Just shot of tequila.
Sorry. Deep down there. All right, here we go.
No!
It's a shooter. Cheers. Not worth the bit. It's not worth the bit.
You may have seen Robert in regional productions of In the Heights.
I did the national tour of In the Heights. I starred in that Alexander Hamilton, same guy. Okay, never mind.
He won second place at the Texas close-up competition.
I won first place at TOA.
He was on last season of Penn and Teller's Fool Us, where he did not fool them.
That is true. I did not fool them.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's make some noise. Welcome to the stage, Robert Ramirez!
Only the left leg works, right? Like, not flexible. Welcome to the Magic Castle. Welcome to the close-up gallery. I am Robert Ramirez. I'm going to scoot you in just a little bit closer. Perfect. Tonight we're going to discuss something that I've been studying for 5 years now. I call it conclusions. And it's the conclusion people come up with when they see a magic trick. When someone does a magic trick for you, everyone always goes, how did you do that? How did you do that? And they come up with their own ideas of how it was done. And I've realized there are only 4 basic methods that people come up with. 4 basic conclusions. The first one is sleight of hand. The hand is quicker than the eye. The second one is technology. There's some type of mechanism being used. The third one is chance or luck. The magician is gambling in front of you and he is winning. And the fourth one is real magic.
Yeah.
So tonight I will demonstrate all 4 of those for you. The first one is sleight of hand. It was in my pocket. You didn't see me take it out. The second one is technology. Just a pin on the back. It's an old school fidget spinner. The third one is luck. Ma'am, how many matches would you say are in here? Say 10.
43.
Say 10.
10.
10!
Wow.
And the last one is real magic. That doesn't make any sense.
Who's that stick?
Who's won?
That's pretty silly for a grown-ass man to do.
I know.
So we'll get back to it later. Jake, will you do me a favor? Will you put this in your pocket? In your jacket pocket? We'll get back to it later.
You sure?
Yeah, it's fine. So what I'm about to do for you is I'm going to perform 4 tricks demonstrating each conclusion, which means this first trick will only use sleight of hand. There will be no gimmicks, no mechanisms, no luck, no chance, just 30 years of family disappointment. The first thing I need to do is locate the 4 aces. There's the first one, the ace of spades. Now, you don't have to applaud. I practice in front of a mirror, so I'm used to the silence. The second one will come out of the center. It's the second ace. That's called subtleties. Thank you so much. The third one will appear from the top. Now, it's not the top card, the 6 of hearts. Obviously, that'd be easy, but you'll notice that it just appears face up. Thank you. And the fourth and final one, the ace of hearts. From the middle. Not on the bottom. Once again, that would be too easy. Watch very carefully. A blow. See that it shows up on top. More subtleties there. Will you do me a favor? Will you just check this card? Make sure it's a single playing card. It's not two cards stuck together. There's no shin limb magnets or threads. Blake Voigt hasn't spread the card and glued it back together. It is a single playing card. Is that correct? Yeah. Great. Will you check it as well? Just make sure it's a single card. It is. Great. You'll see that the box is empty. You can put your finger in it if you want to double check. What I want you to do is put the ace face up inside. Perfect. And you can hear it in there?
Yes.
Great. The goal is to use 3 cards. I'm going to place them on each ace, and then I'm going to make the ace vanish. Not transform like old MacDonald, but actually vanish. It doesn't matter what these cards are as long as I have 3 of them. And of course, 1 ace. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 cards total. Here comes the sleight of hand. That's 1, 2, 3 cards. The ace disappears.
Wow.
I know what you're thinking. I know what you're thinking. You have trust issues. I look like an ex. You don't believe me. I get it. I get it. I pulled a shot glass on my shoe, and now you just can't believe anything I do. So I know what you're thinking, though. You want to know what these cards were before I work with them, because you didn't memorize them. I didn't make any attention to them, and the ace disappeared. The ace could be disguised itself as one of them, but you don't remember. So just for you guys, I'll show you the 3 cards I'm going to use, and you can keep track of them. So we have the 3 of diamonds, the 6 of hearts, and the jack of hearts. You can remember the suits if you want, or you can just remember 3, 6, jack, 3, 6, jack, 3, 6, jack.
Oh my God.
I know what you're thinking. You don't trust me. You still got these issues. You got commitment issues. You don't want to fully commit to this. But okay. You want to see the moment the ace disappears.
Right.
Yeah, you don't care about those cards. You just want to see the moment. There were 4 cards, and all of a sudden there are 3. I want to see the moment that ace disappears.
Yes.
So just for you, I will do this as slow as I possibly can.
Give us what we want.
Wake up.
I warn you, if you can't see the cards, you're going to miss a very beautiful moment. Don't take your eyes off this ace of diamonds. I'll go as slow as I can. There will be 4 cards for just a second, then in an instant, just 3. It's funny now, but there's 1, 2,
No.
3.
Whoa! Okay.
Incredible. Incredible.
I know what you're thinking. How did he not fool Penn and Teller? It is a question I ask myself every morning in the shower while I'm crying. I'll tell you how it's done. In fact, you know how it's done. Sleight of hand. I told you from the very beginning, sleight of hand. What happened was I picked up the cards with the ace. I took the card, and you watched me. I went, when I did that quick little motion, the card shot up my jacket, across the jacket. You couldn't see it because it's on the inside of the shirt. It goes across. After I shot that up, I put my hand near the box. If you wanted to watch, I went like that. The card shoots out a very high direction speed, and it comes out and it shoots inside the box. And right now there are only 4 aces in the box.
What?
Fine, I'll prove it.
You do it.
And that's 1, 2, 3, 4 aces.
Kick us higher and higher every time.
It's magical. It's magic. We've proven sleight of hand. Next is technology. Now, I think phones are pretty magical in themselves. We have the world at our fingertips. If we want to know what time a movie is playing, where the movie is playing, who is in the movie. All we have to do is just Google it. We can get all that information very fast. So in itself, it's kind of magical. So we're going to try something with a phone. Do you have your phone? Can I borrow it? You don't have to open it. Okay. So eager. I'm going to hit the orientation lock. And that's because during the trick, I'm going to turn the phone. I don't want it to rotate. Now, I tell you this now because later on after the show, you're going to go outside, you're going to try to watch a video, and you're going to turn it, and it won't turn. Okay. You're going to be so pissed off. But then you got to remember, Robert warned me beforehand. So, second thing is, this is the part in the show where I always remember that I always forget to unclick the orientation lock after the show. So it's now your responsibility. I'm just going to use the calculator. Perfect. I'm going to use my favorite number, which is 7. Thank you. What I'm about to show you will look exactly like magic. But just remember, it's just technology. Watch the 7 farthest away from me.
No! That is crazy!
I'll do it again. 7 closest to me. I hope so. Now this is easy for me to do because 7 is my lucky number. Will you try wiping the 7?
Yeah, Mike, get it, babe.
I like he blew on your index finger and then you used your thumb. That was so impressive. Will you try it as well?
Wait, you need me blowing it?
No, I got my own luck.
Now, the reason I have multiple people try this is because you can see how foolish you're going to look out there trying it. And you're going to try it. It's very simple while you're practicing out there anyway. You don't have to just go left and right. You can also go up and down.
No! What's happening?
That gives me 1 7 here, and I'm holding 1 7. If I throw that 7 up, I can catch it back on the phone. If I flick, that 7 disappears. And if I shake, that 7 disappears. Do you have a lucky number?
Yeah.
What is your lucky number?
Well,
Well, that's not a number. What is it? 7. Oh, it's 7. How many 7s do you want me to put in?
7.
7 7s? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what you're going to notice here is I'm not touching or getting anywhere near the power button. I'm not getting anywhere near the volume buttons, the vibrate silent button. I'm not touching the home button, and that does nothing. What you'll also notice is I'm not pushing a button on the back. There's not like a secret iPhone button. The third thing that I have to be very clear about, because, well, I'll tell you in a second. We met, but we met in the Peller by accident. You happened to sit next to me when I went to go see that Peller show. But did I have you take your phone out and download any kind of app?
No.
Did any magician come up to you and have you download any app? Has anybody ever said, please download this app without you knowing? The reason I say that is because I've had multiple people throughout the week come up to me and say, this must be a stooge and a plant. And I put an app on her phone when she didn't know it.
She's not.
Or when she did know it. But 100%,
100%.
100% real.
I could do this with any of your phones. Lucky number 7 7s.
99%.
7 7s are there for a moment, your lucky number. I twist the phone and you'll see the number disappears. But if I just give it a little shake, you'll see that the 7s come back. I know what you're thinking. How did he not fool Penn and Teller? I'm sorry, I thought I was in the shower.
Did they know right away?
My parents?
What's happening?
They can hear my cries. Now, I know what you're thinking. I'm shaking the phone too much. There's too much motion. The bigger action is covering the smaller action, a sentence some of us have heard before. So, I will not move the phone. I will not move my hands. I will not move my arms. You'll notice that right now the 7 does not wipe off with either finger, either hand. I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to hold the phone very still, and I'm just going to do a simple blow. And the 7s will disappear.
That thing, no.
No.
No, it's like too much.
You're all going to look very foolish trying this out there as well.
This is a big bad wolf.
No!
And that is your phone. We've proven sleight of hand, technology. Next, luck. I'm going to try and prove luck. Alexander, do you feel lucky?
Absolutely.
That's the most confident someone has been so far this entire time. Here's what I want you to do. Alexander, I want you to cut about half the cards. Just kind of hold them up like that. Now, a lot of magicians are going to be a little confused by this. Will you please turn the deck at a weird angle and place it exactly back where you cut? Perfect. Marking where he cut the deck. We started the show. We all came in. I was sitting here. I shuffled the cards. We saw the cards. I just showed you some of the cards. I said, are you lucky? You said confidently, yes. I'm going to show you the card, or at least put aside the card that you cut to. Here's what we're going to do, Alexander. I'm going to turn my back to you. I'm going to put my face in this curtain. When I do so, I want you to turn that card over so you can see it. And I want you to show everybody in the room the card that you picked. Then put it face down on the table. So I will be the only person in the room who has not seen that card. Make sense? Perfect. Ready, set, go! Will you hold it higher to the mirror? Higher to... It's fine. Never mind. Never mind. It won't. It's fine. It's fine. It'll fine. And let me know when it's face down on the table. Face down. It's there? Perfect. Here's what... I'm very sorry. Just curtain smells like my mother. It's very strange. Here's what we're going to do. It smells like gin. Here's what's going to happen. She's fine. She's fine. She's fine. And more importantly, I'm fine. Thank you for asking. I like to let that joke sit just a little too long so you can really feel the sadness in my heart. Okay. Alexander, I want you to put your card back anywhere you'd like. There's a lot of extra motions going on there. Okay, Alexander, since you're so close, I'm going to do this very slowly. I'm going to try to be as fair as I can. I want you to keep me honest, okay? Those cards are actually being shuffled together. Is that correct? Do it again. This is not some fancy push-through shuffle, fake shuffle, truffle shuffle. This is a legit shuffle. Those cards are really being shuffled into each other. Is that correct? Great. I'll do one more. And again, they are being shuffled. Is that correct? Alexander, what I'd like you to do is please give the cards a cut, complete the cut for me, and finish the cut, sorry. Thank you so much. Alexander, would you say you have a good imagination? Yes? Perfect. I want you to imagine you're sitting on the beach right now. You're sitting on the beach and you're looking out into the ocean. So you've got shoreline that way and you've got shore that way. Can you imagine that? You don't have to imagine me there. It's optional. Great. I want you to imagine there's a plane flying in the air, a small plane that has like a banner that says like, will you marry me, or a Geico ad. But it says it's neither of those things. It's a long banner and it's blank. And on the banner, there are numbers that run 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way to 52. But the numbers are very, very, very small. It's actually kind of hard to see them. But one of those numbers sticks out. One of them is a bigger font. It's a different color. It's much larger. You can see it really clearly. What is that number? Alexander, I'm going to deal 8 cards right here. I'm not going to shuffle the deck anymore. I'm not going to cut the cards anymore. The way they are, the way they are. And I will just deal 8 cards right there. Now that you know this information, you can change your mind. Do you want to change your mind? Are you okay with 8?
Totally fine.
Great. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Here's what I'm hoping, Alexander. I'm hoping that out of all the cards you could have chosen, and all the shuffles I could have done, and all the numbers you could have named, I'm hoping the card you picked ends up at that number, at 8. And I gave you the option to change your mind. Sit down for this one. For the first time, what was the card you picked? Do you remember what it was?
Yeah.
What was it?
7 of spades.
7 of spades. I'm hoping to prove pure luck that that's the 7 of spades. If that's just a 7, that's still pretty good. The chances are only 4 7s in a deck, and the chances that I could have shuffled 8 and the 8th card happened to be... No, that has to be the 7 of spades. This is not the Magic Castle, it's the Mediocre Castle. And I'm hoping it's the Luck Castle right now. Ladies and gentlemen, pure luck, the 7 of spades. So thank you so much. We've proven sleight of hand, technology, luck. Now, real magic.
We love the magic.
Do you remember at the very start of the show, before the show even kind of actually began, I had a blue card here. I said, Jacob, what's your name? He said, Jacob. I took the card. I said, how many jigs have you had? And you were like, I don't know, 5, 6. And she was like, no, that's right. Then I took that card and I folded it. I put it in that case, right? Do you remember that?
Oh, remember. 7's popping up a lot.
Have I gone near that case?
No,
No.
I've watched.
Have I switched it out for anything?
No.
Maybe. I'll accept it.
I'll accept it.
You didn't know you were even going to pick a card today.
No.
Stop it.
I did. The cards were shuffled and mixed up throughout the whole show. You cut anywhere you wanted to. You could have picked any card. You stopped at the 7
No.
of spades.
You like 7.
Sometimes magic can look like stripping. You've seen some very bizarre strippers. You're into some very kinky stuff. It's very Amish of you. Wrist.
Whoa, the wrist, I can't handle
I
it.
know, you can't handle it. Is that what you were imagining me on the beach? You just beaching wrists? Sometimes magic can look like a simple phone call from a friend when you really need it most.
Oh, so true.
It could just be a promotion at work. It could be a promotion at work when you least expect it. Or it could simply be a surprise with a deck of cards. Jacob, when I open up this blue card and you see that it is also a 7 of spades, you are going to freak out.
No! Stop it! No!
How many?
It's 10.
No way! Check it.
We don't know each other, just so everyone knows what level I'm on.
Now, the little pin fell off, but that's okay. I've got more in the
Yeah,
phone.
it did. My phone, things happen.
But you didn't switch
Pockets,
it. That's what
I
I'm
can't
that's what
control.
I'm trying to make sure that no one thinks you switched it.
Yeah,
It broke in his
it was an
pocket.
accident, dude.
No way.
No.
I think it's 7's coming out.
What's the magic happen?
Oh
Wait,
my
wait.
God. No.
There were matches in there. What's happening?
Kidding.
No way.
Kidding.
Next time you see a magician perform, you may think it's just sleight of hand. You may think it's technology. You may think it's luck. Or you may think it's real magic. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Robert Ramirez. I hope you enjoyed the show. Please enjoy the rest of your night. Thank you guys so much.